I fit Google's definition of transphobia, which is interesting because I'm a whole ass trans woman. I'm your host, Jeannie, and you're watching the very first episode of The Grift. What is transphobia?
Transphobia?
What does it look like, and how have I, as a conservative trans woman, experienced it? We're going to break this all down, respond to some comments from my latest video, and as always, at the end, we're going to respond to an assortment of woke TikToks. So be sure to stay to the end, because that's going to be really fun. According to Google, which absolutely is not a search engine owned and dominated by the political left, transphobia encompasses negative attitudes, prejudice, and discriminatory behaviors directed at transgender or non-binary individuals. Of course, they had to add the or non-binary individuals to really let you know that the blue-haired obese white woman who goes by they them pronouns has something to say in this conversation too. Rooted in discomfort, fear, or a rejection of trans identities as valid, it severely impacts the safety and mental health of the people targeted. So according to that definition, as a trans woman, if you call me a man, I am unsafe and I am just going to be super sad and depressed. Transphobe.
How dare you?
Does this definition also mean that I'm transphobic? Because I don't believe that non-binary is a real thing. I suppose even if it does mean that, that's okay with me, y'all. Apparently, transphobia was experienced when Caitlyn Jenner won Woman of the Year in 2015 after coming out as a woman in 2015.
And that's the case for so many others besides me. For that reason alone, trans people deserve something vital. They deserve your respect.
Her speech was preceded by a moving video tribute narrated by John Hamm.
Many women felt like a man who decided he was a woman in his mid-60s wasn't the right person for the title of Woman of the Year, such as actress Rose McGowan. And I don't say this about a lot of people because, well, it's kind of gay, but she's literally queen for this. Those biological women are guilty of a phobia, according to this definition, which, let's be honest, was established by activist institutions such as Transactual, such as the UCLA Initiative to Study Hate. But let's zoom out and take a look at what transphobia looks like out in the wild, caught on camera. This person is sitting down for a meal at a restaurant when he is called a man. Let's watch.
It looks like he's having a nice feast.
She, her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all good.
But it was not all good.
Hi. I use she, her pronouns. I'm not sir.
What do you want to say to her and the other people that are putting these lies out into the world right now? Stop.
Yeah, like it's like a knife in the heart. I did specifically ask ahead of time not to be called sir. Yeah, I'm just gonna go. Okay. The sweet water starts at okay.
I'm so sorry. I apologize.
I was wondering if there's a manager I could talk to about something that happened.
I'm a woman over here in a dress. I want the manager here.
Okay. Yeah, I was called sir. Oh, okay. It just really sucks every time it happens. Sorry about that. I don't need to be called ma'am. I just need to not be called sir. You know?
As you can see, those interactions were very violent. Poor Lily. Jeannie popping in for a second. This is a point that I forgot to make in the original footage, but it's probably really embarrassing for the person who called you what you don't want to be called. The average person is probably going to feel pretty remorseful in a situation where they've made you uncomfortable. And so to berate them on TikTok for calling what looks like a man sir is just so crazy to me. I feel like as a society, and especially as trans people, we don't have a lot of empathy for people who may genuinely not know where we're coming from. They apologized and you continued to make them feel bad. Even if this falls under the very broad definition of transphobia provided to us by Google, there is no excuse for treating other human beings this way, especially when they've done literally nothing wrong. And that's all I have to say about that. But Jeannie, what about your experience with transphobia? Well, my loves, unfortunately, I have been transphobically aggressed a few times by leftists in my comment section. And that brings us to the Someone Said segment, where we take a look at comments from previous videos, both positive and negative, and respond to what you guys have to say. In the comments of my most recent video, white liberals had some strange beliefs I was accused many times of being a grifter, which to them means I'm lying about my conservative opinions for money, which is weird because I'm not making any money. But it's transphobic because what do you mean that because I happen to be a trans woman, my conservative opinions aren't genuine? Someone said, "Girl, drop the white conservative savior complex. The grift is over." Well, I didn't know I had a complex, but oh my god, you're right. White conservatives, come into my loving arms. How many more can I save? White conservatives can just say what they feel. They no longer need tokens like you to spread their divisive gospel. I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. White conservatives have always been able to just say what they feel. They have never needed tokens like me to spread their divisive gospel, as this non-divisive leftist put it. This person says, "We know you're grifting to the right to build your channel. It's obvious. Yes, I am going to build a channel of people who think right. You caught me." This one says, "Find a grift that works for you." Don't most grifters work for the grift? I don't know, y'all. This grift ain't very lucrative. Maybe it's because I genuinely feel this way. Editing Genie popping in one more time. I swear this is the last time, y'all. Someone said, "The leopards won't eat your face if you keep targeting the trans community." Eye roll emoji. And as you can see, I made sure to give them a like because that's really funny. But in all seriousness, I have no intention of targeting the trans community. I am trans. What benefit would that serve me? My goal is simply to speak out against and push back against the excesses of the trans community and the places where we've gone too far. And if you think that that's a bad thing, you should also probably think the same of all the white women on TikTok who talk about how white people need to do the work because their community is super racist. I disagree with that sentiment, but it's the same kind of thing. We're both calling out our own people, which is something I think is actually really healthy. But I also received some really supportive comments, and I wanted to take the time we have left of this segment to respond to some of those as well. Just know what you're doing takes a lot of courage. You already know, probably accepted, the backlash you're going to receive for not being a pawn of the Democrat Party. Well, don't you worry. We got your back and support you 110%. Keep speaking out and speaking truth. You are so sweet. Thank you so much for your support, and I really am blessed to have you here. This person said, "Love it. You're doing great. So happy there are young people like you with a brain." Well, thank you so much for your kind words, Katie May. We do exist, and we are out here, although we are few and far between. That brings me to the last segment of the day, which is, of course, reacting to woke TikToks. Now remember, I'm a transphobic trans woman, so all the trans people have to leave. I'm just kidding. If you are a trans person and you want to hear a fellow trans person's opinion,
That's my opinion!
then I invite you to react to these woke TikToks with us. So this topic is a few days late, but I think it's important. This person has something to say about the 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July, but please remember that 250 years of freedom is not true. That is just some shit-ass marketing tool. We have not been free for 250 years because slavery only ended 161 years ago, okay? Not 250.
Happy 4th to you too, girl. The phrase 250 years of freedom refers to the country's 250 years of freedom from the control of the English. Not that every American citizen has been free for 250 years. And it's so funny to me when leftists will say that as a black person, you can't stand for the 4th of July because the history of America includes slavery. Like, this country's history also includes the abolition of slavery. We should enjoy and celebrate that.
Black men didn't have the right to vote till 156 years ago in 1870. Women didn't have the right to vote till 106 years ago. Native Americans 102 years ago. The civil rights movement, and therefore black women having the right to vote, is only 58 years ago. This is not even a full lifetime away.
Even so, voting rights is not what 250 years of freedom refers to. Next up, we have Sadie with a take that makes literally no sense.
I honestly can't conceptualize that there are people out there in the world right now that care more about limiting what trans people can and cannot do than the fact that there are mass shootings every single day in this country, that there are school shootings.
Is she not going to talk about how a lot of those mass shootings recently have been done by trans people? No, we're just not going to bring that up? Okay.
School shootings and that the Epstein files exist. What the actual fuck?
Most conservatives that I know personally care that the Epstein files exist and don't really care what trans people do with their lives so long as they don't have to pay for it.
How many of Epstein's co-conspirators have you indicted? How many perpetrators are you even?
The Dow right now is is over 50,000. I don't know why you're laughing. That's what we should be talking about. The Dow right now. S&P at almost 7,000.
Y'all, this just in, we have a cameo from an unexpected reasonable person.
Are you guys bullying other black people because they're celebrating the 4th of July? Like, even though we're black Americans, we can't celebrate 4th of July. We can't, right? Because you pay the bills in our households, right? Okay, oh, and you're gonna take the invisible black card because other black people are celebrating the 4th of July. Get out of here. You guys are miserable. You need to go touch grass. At the end of the day, even when I was little, the 4th of July was such a great time. It's summer, the weather's good, you get together with family, you guys play games, you guys cook out, you do fireworks at the end of the day. And that's beautiful. What is wrong with that? I swear people are just so miserable, they just want to suck and steal the joy out of people's lives. It is okay to like America. You live here. This is your country. It is okay. Are we perfect? No, we are not. Neither is any other country. Please move to another country that is perfect and it's going to meet every single one of your wants and needs. Go ahead, do it. I encourage you to. Anyways, I'm going to celebrate today 250 years of this country.
I love her. If you enjoyed the very first episode of The Grift, please like and subscribe because I would love to see more of you around here. And leave me a comment with your thoughts. I would love to hear from you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.